Hi everyone, I'm Sarah, your Wednesday's host on the Young Pagan Circle. So this week is all about the god and goddess, and the first question is, how do you connect with the god and goddess in daily life? Okay, so the first thing I think that I do is when I wake up and just before I go to sleep, I say like a little prayer in my head, and I basically just talk to them as if they were kind of my friends or family. So I'll just say, anything, either just like say thank you for something or whatever, whatever's going on, I'll just talk to them in my head. Another thing I'll do is, if I'm in the house on my own, because this is a bit weird, if I'm in the house on my own, then I'll talk to them out loud. And this I kind of find it better talking to them out loud than in my head. I don't know why, it kind of, for me anyway, it makes it feel more like I'm talking to someone, if that makes sense. So that's the first thing, that's the thing that I do every day. Most days I will go in my garden and give an offering. Usually I'll give leftovers of whatever it is we're eating, and I have a little ledge next to a bird table in my garden, and I'll just sprinkle it on there, and whilst I do that I'll kind of just think about what the god and goddess do for me every day and that kind of thing. Other things, obvious things, meditation, all that kind of stuff. But some people just don't have the time, to do like a full-on ritual or like a 30-minute meditation every day. So other things I do is just to notice the god and goddess in everything. I think about them a lot. Like if I'm just walk into the shop and you'll see a tree, and I'll just think of how it's connected, that kind of thing. And also like at night, even if it's like a full moon, even if it's a new moon, and even if you don't have time to do anything, even just taking them a few seconds just to like look at it and appreciate it, it really brings it just to everyday life instead of just like a once a month thing, So the second question, how do you view the god and goddess? Okay, this is like a huge topic, obviously, and everyone has different views, but this is just my opinion of how I get my head around this topic. Okay, so for the first 4 or 5 years of my practice, I didn't work with any specific gods or goddesses. I just worked with them as one. So I would just say god and goddess or lord and lady, that kind of thing. I just viewed them as one. I view them as this it's really hard to explain, like energy basically, and it's the energy that connects all of us together. Every human, plant, animal, crystal, stone, everything together. We're all connected, and I view the god and goddess as this energy that connects us, if that makes sense. And obviously this energy, as of everything in life, has male and female parts or aspects. And I think that everything, even though everything is male or female, I think it has both male and female energies as well. Just like me, I'm female, but I have male energy as well. I know it's kind of confusing, but that's just how I see it. And so it's only been in the past year or two that I've really started forming a relationship with the goddess in particular. And at the moment I'm working with Hecate, and so this is like a really big learning curve for me. But all I would say is, to anyone that's starting out, it can be really confusing when you read about all the different, all the different gods and all the different goddesses, and it's this big huge thing and all the stories, and it can be really confusing. So I would just say, first work on the energy of the divine, work on the energy of the higher power, instead of confusing yourself with all these different aspects. Work on just looking at it as a whole, if that makes any sense whatsoever. Next question, is this the view you've always had, or has this changed as you've grown? I think it's definitely changed. When I was younger, all I was taught that God was a man, he lived in the clouds, he had a long beard. That's what I thought. I thought God was an angry man living like, you know, a giant man, living in the clouds with a big beard. And that's what I thought, because that's what I was told. But as I obviously got older, I started to think, well, how can a man live in the sky? Surely he'd just fall through the clouds. And then obviously you learn more and more. And I think the thing that draws a lot of people to paganism or Wicca is the female aspect of it. And obviously life is about balance, so you have to have a god and a goddess. Even if you view them as one entire thing, everything has a male and everything has a female part. So yeah. Do you connect more with the goddess or god aspect? So yeah, I probably would say goddess, but I don't know, because I've worked with them as one for so long that they're just equal to me. I just see them as equal, like completely. Yeah, that's about it. Advice to young pagans on how to get connected with God and goddess. That's all I'd say, is really, really try, instead of going into all the pantheons and all the stories, just forget about that whilst you're starting. There's plenty of time to go into all that. Just really work with, you know, the connection of the higher power, and really try and figure out what it means to you. What does that energy mean to you, you know? And when you've done that, and when you've got your head around it, because it is so, you know, it's so big, it's such a big thing, that once you get your head around it, you know, then you can start noticing the female and the male and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, so I hope this has made sense. And if you have any questions or anything, please send me a message, and I will talk to you guys next week. Bye.